Hello, everyone. If I sound a little sniffly, I'm very sorry. So I'm creating my background with some distress inks. I'm using Bristol White Smooth Cardstock. And the first color there was Iced Spruce. And now I'm using Twisted Citron. I'm also going to use Peacock Feathers and Picked Raspberry. My whole family has been sick for like a month. Cannot wait for the weather to warm up and open the windows and just let it out of this house. I've been spraying everything down with Lysol. It's like I can't clean it enough. So I'm gonna ink this background and then I'm going to spray it with some water and let it sit for a few seconds and then sop it up with a paper towel to create that water distressed background. So cool. So while that dries, I'm going to do some Copic coloring, and I'm using Sweet Stamp Shop's Totally Rad and Musical stamp sets to create my card today. And I've stamped the sneakers and the little dude that looks like he's from Say Anything and the Game Boy. So I'm going to use my Copic markers to color those, and I've listed the colors that I used in the titles. So I really went with like a Punky Brewster themed color combination on this card. I was not born in the 80s. I'm slightly older than that, but I certainly spent some time there. I think I had shoes that kind of looked like this, or at least had different colored laces on each shoe. And the slouch socks. So now I'm using the MFT's gift box cover up to cut out my front panel. I also cut the same panel out with 4 layers of Nina 110-pound cardstock, and I'm layering them up to create some dimension. So this window or this gift box cover up is going to pop up, and then I'm going to have the 4 recessed panels. So I'm just using that paintbrush to get off those little hairs that, you know, sometimes get stuck on there. No, paper hairs. So I'm using Versafine Onyx Black ink to stamp the sentiments in these panels. I'm also going to use some clear embossing powder. This is Stampin' Up! Clear embossing powder. I'm going to stamp all of the panels and then heat emboss them. That one says birthday, and this one is going to say made in the 80s. And then I'm going to also do some designs on one of them, and then I'm going to stamp some sunglasses and some rock-on finger or hand symbol. So once I stamp everything with this black pigment ink and cover it with the clear embossing powder, then I'm going to heat set everything at once while my heat gun is all heated up. That doesn't sound right. Once it's heated, I'll heat everything at once. And the magic of heat embossing. So now I'm using some glossy accents to adhere this panel to my card base, which is also Nina 110 pounds. And I'm just going to center it on the front, make sure it's nice and stuck down. It won't budge with the glossy accents. It will be adhered. And then I'm going to use the same adhesive to stick on all of these little inserts. And I'm just using the end of my paintbrush to make sure it's down flat. Nice and flat. Make sure to get adhesive in all the corners. So once I get all of these inserts nice and adhered flat, I'm going to start sticking on my images. So I'm going to go with the little guy first, and with my Scotch 3D foam tape, we're going to pop him up. And the same thing is going to be for the sneakers and the little Game Boy. So I wanted to use these Oyster Gray Nuvo drops on my project, but I have a slight fear of commitment, so I created them, let them set and now I'm going to adhere them where I want them using some multi-medium matte. That way, I don't have to commit right away. So after I adhere these little dots of Nuvo drops, my card is done. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you next time.
Peekaboo! Peekaboo! Peekaboo!
You have the hiccups? Yeah. Cover your mouth when you cough. How do you cover your mouth? In your elbow? That's right. Can you do it for me? Good job. That's good. You have the hiccups? You still have the hiccups?